to bring history back to life. The Queen of Cards TV. Hello, internet adventurers, YouTubians, and a special hello out to all my amazing, lovely subscribers. Okay, today we have a Jeton, not just any old Jeton, but one that commemorates the victory of the Allied nations against Napoleon Bonaparte way back in 1813 at the Battle of Leipzig, pictured on one side of this Jeton or token, and it features an eagle, crowned eagle, hovering above the war-torn city. Now, the thing that marks this battle out is the fact that it was one of the most decisive victories against Napoleon Bonaparte. He would not be able to regain his former glory. His forces were massively depleted, and he lost his dominance in Europe. This battle followed his campaign in Russia that was a complete disaster. He'd overstretched his forces. He made the same mistake as many of his predecessor military leaders, and it's a mistake that was repeated by Hitler years later. Anyway, the Battle of Leipzig was effectively the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak. After that, he ended up retreating and went back to France, where it was only a matter of time before he was captured and sent packing to the island of Elba. Exiles at the island of Elba. So, a year later. So, it's pretty significant, this Jeton. Anyway, let's not dwell on the negative points. Napoleon, I think we can all agree, was a significant historical figure and didn't achieve what he did through pure luck. Napoleon was able to exploit the fresh ideas of great theorists of his day to transform his highly motivated but ramshackle army into a formidable fighting force that would conquer most of Europe. We've got to remember that Napoleon's military might was mostly composed of inexperienced revolutionaries who'd killed off most of the military leaders in the French Revolution, the aristocracy. They'd beheaded them all. So they had to learn a lot from scratch. Anyway, Napoleon was a genius in that he was able to harness the chaotic elements of his army and use it to his advantage by putting into practice some of the new and fresh ideas from the great military thinkers, French military thinkers of his day. It's interesting to try and fathom what made him so successful, why he excelled over his opponents, and there's several key factors, I think. One of them is stems from the idea of always keeping one step ahead, staying one step ahead of the enemy. And Napoleon took it literally and to extremes. He basically told his soldiers to march at 50 more paces than his opponents to the minute, which which was very effective in those days before the age of mechanisation and tanks and armoured vehicles. And also another thing was he encouraged these soldiers to live off the land so that they weren't so reliant on vulnerable supply routes such as railway lines, which could easily be sabotaged by the enemy, or in this case the Allied forces, the Allied nations such as Britain and Austria and Russia. And he was also keen on the idea of creating a plan with many alternative objectives so that he could turn the unpredictable nature of war to his advantage, having a plan with many branches. And I think we can all utilise this idea in our own lives. So this Jeton features the war-torn city of Leipzig on one side, and on the other side it features the Austrian leader Franz II and also the Russian Emperor Alexander. So I just thought I'd show you this interesting Jeton, or type of European token. Thanks for watching, bye! If you'd like to find out more about this particular item or other such items, please feel free to pop by my website at creamofcards.com. Oh no! I'm afraid we've run out of time. But just before you go, please leave thumbs up below. And if you'd like to see more amazing video clips like this, subscribe to the channel by clicking on the icon up in the sky. A Cream of Cards TV.